day, everyone. I am Shane May Pizambas, and we are the Group 1.
We are going to impart knowledge about the arts elements and principles of design. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy our presentation.
Good morning, Sindra.
Good morning, Ma'am Shane. Oh, I see different forms and objects floating at your back, Ma'am.
Yes, these are the elements of art.
Elements of arts?
Yes, let me teach you what are the elements of art. So, the elements of arts are the basic foundational building blocks in art or every single artwork, whether we look at the painting, a sculpture, or a drawing that is going to contain these elements. So there are 7 elements that we are going to discuss and define each of them. So let's start with the line. Line is a path created by a moving point, mark, or object, and it is considered to be the most basic elements of art. Line is the foundation of drawing. It can be horizontal, vertical, diagonal, dash, spiral, thick, thin, zigzag, parallel, curly, and wavy. The second element of art is shape. Shape is a 2-dimensional flat enclosed area, which means that it only has length and width. When a line crosses itself, it creates a shape. Shape can be geometric like square, triangle, circle, rectangle, and oval. And then we have natural shape or organic shape that define as free-form shape like butterfly, tree, leaf, hand, and feet. Next is form. Form are the objects that having 3D or 3-dimensional expressing length, width, and depth. Forms are things like sphere, cube, cylinder, and pyramid. Unlike shape, form is not flat anymore because we have depth. We start to see how things are going back in space. In drawing, we can create an illusion of form by understanding on how light reacts on objects. So to getting them look more realistic, we have to render value. Value refers to the use of light and dark within a piece of art. It is done by shading a portion of a drawing in an object to make it become 3-dimensional art. It is an effect of light and shade in an art. Some of the words that we are going to use is tint. That's when adding white to make something lighter and adding black to make something darker, and the true color. So the next element is space. Space refers to the physical space within objects and the area that separates them. Space can be positive or negative space. The occupied area by the objects is called positive space, while the area between objects is called negative space. So this includes foreground, middle ground, and background. Space can be manipulated in art based on how the artist uses lines, shapes, form, and color. Next is color. Color is an element of art derived from reflected light. Color adds interest and mood to an artwork. To achieve success in understanding color, we should familiarize the color wheel, which composed of primary colors such as red, yellow, and blue, secondary colors, and tertiary colors. These colors can be either cool or warm colors. Since we deal with pigments of color, the pure color is called hue. If we add white to a color, it creates tint or light value. And if black is added to the color, it creates shades or dark value. Last is texture. Texture defined as the surface quality of an art or object. It is something that we feel or looks like it feels. Because in art, we do have a real texture when we can actually feel like this sculpture, or when the paint is bumpy or texturing. And there is another type of texture that is visual texture, where an artist creates something looks like it has texture even though there is not.
Hey Bestie, what are you doing?
I make a PowerPoint presentation for my report tomorrow.
Wow! How do you make it? Let me see.
Like this.
Aha! In order for you to make a good visual presentation, I think you need to learn first the principles of design.
Principles
Yes.
of design?
Let me teach you what are the principles of design. Principles of design. In order for an artist to create an effective and attractive composition, he or she must learn the rules of the principles of design. So what are the rules of the principles of design? The principles of design are made up of various mixes of the elements of design, all put together in one picture, making the picture look better. That is why the principles are important to make your artwork look visually appealing and catch people's eyes. Now, let us learn what are the fundamental principles of design. The fundamental principles of design are balance, rhythm, emphasis, contrast, movement, harmony, proportion, and scale. Balance. One of the key principles of design refers to the way visual elements are arranged so that their visual weight harmonizes with the other elements in the design, and the composition gives an appearance of properly distributed elements. Rhythm is a principle of design that suggests movement or action. Rhythm is usually achieved through repetition of lines, shapes, colors, and more. It creates a visual tempo in artworks and provides a path for the viewer's eye to follow. Emphasis is the part of the design that catches the viewer's attention. Usually, the artist will make one area stand out by contrasting it with other areas. The area could be different in size, color, texture, shape, or etc. The repetition of elements of design creates unity within the work of art. Contrast. As a principle of art, contrast refers to the arrangement of opposite elements and effects. For example, light and dark colors, smooth and rough textures, large and small shapes. Contrast can be used to create variety, visual interest, and drama in an artwork. Movement. Movement is the path that viewer's eye takes through the work of art, often to focal areas. satisfying effect of combining similar or related elements, adjacent colors, similar shapes, or related textures. Scale and proportion are both design elements that have to do with size. Scale is the size of one object in relation to the other objects in a design or artwork. Proportion refers to the size of the parts of an object in relationship to other parts of the same object. So bestie, do you understand now the principles of design?
Yes, it helps us to understand and create our artworks more visually appealing, and it enhances our creativity in arts. I can make and present more artistic PowerPoint presentations in the future. Thank you, Bestie. How about you, Bestie? Do you understand now the arts elements?
Yes, bestie. Arts elements enable us to determine the 7 elements and use them in our artworks. I'm pretty sure that I will enhance more my skills because I learned the arts elements now. Thank you, bestie.